Welcome to Real Numbers, where we explore the strategic roadmap to escape the rat race and build lasting generational wealth. Most people spend their entire lives trapped in a cycle of endless work, never realizing the cage is actually unlocked. We are conditioned to follow a script that was written by a system designed to keep us average and dependent. Today, we break down the 5 specific stages of wealth creation that will guide you from stagnation to absolute mastery. By understanding where you stand on this ladder, you can finally take the necessary steps to change your financial destiny. The first stage is stagnation, a state where the vast majority of society finds themselves stuck for decades of life. Here, you trade your limited time for money, working a safe job that slowly drains your energy and your dreams. Safety is an illusion in this stage, as you become a slave to debt and the monthly paycheck you crave. The system is perfectly engineered to keep you in this position, ensuring you have just enough to survive but never thrive. You feel like you are in control, but in reality, your choices are dictated by your financial limitations and fears. Years pass by in a blur of routine, and you realize that playing it safe is actually the riskiest option. If you do not recognize this trap early, you will wake up one day realizing you have sold your life cheaply. Your income remains flat while the cost of living rises, slowly tightening the noose around your future financial freedom. Consumer debt becomes a normal part of life, used to buy things you do not need to impress people you dislike. This is the rat race in its purest form, running faster and faster just to stay in the exact same place. But deep down, you know there must be more to life than paying bills and waiting for the weekend to arrive. The escape begins not with money, but with a shift in mindset that shatters the illusions holding you back. You must admit that the current path leads nowhere and decide that you are ready to face the uncomfortable truth. This brings us to stage 2, ignition. This is the pivotal moment where you wake up and demand a change. Ignition is volatile. It requires energy and often separates you from the crowd as you start thinking differently. You will face pushback from friends and family who do not understand why you are no longer content with mediocrity. This is the crab bucket effect. The people closest to you may unintentionally try to sabotage your new ambition. You also realize that inflation is a silent killer, destroying the value of your hard-earned savings every single day. The solution is to start investing. It does not require millions, just the discipline to start with what you have. Even £5 a day, diverted from meaningless spending into the market, can grow into a massive forest of wealth. This is the magic of compound interest. Small, consistent actions today create an avalanche of results in the future. Ignition is about taking control of the clock. You stop spending time and start investing it into your own growth. While the rest of the world sleeps or distracts themselves, you are building the foundation for a life of freedom. You are upgrading your internal engine. The exterior may look the same, but inside you are preparing for high speed. Now we enter stage 3, acceleration. This is where you apply the 3 C's: cash flow, connections, and confidence. Cash flow is your first priority, requiring you to look beyond your salary and create multiple streams of independent income. Side hustles are not just about extra money. They are the training ground for your future business empire. Connections are the second pillar. You must surround yourself with people who are already playing the game at a higher level. Confidence, the third pillar, allows you to take calculated risks that others are too afraid to even consider. You stop asking for permission and start asking for forgiveness. You realize that failure is just data for improvement. Your income is no longer linear. It begins to decouple from your time, allowing you to earn while you sleep. You become a producer of value rather than just a consumer of goods. This shift changes your entire reality. The acceleration phase is exciting but exhausting. You are building the rocket that will eventually take you to the stars. Momentum is your best friend here. Once you start moving fast, it becomes easier to steer and harder to stop. Sacrifices are necessary. You trade temporary pleasure today for the guarantee of absolute freedom and power tomorrow. Stage 4 is expansion. You have the capital and the skills. Now it is time to build your empire. You must ruthlessly distinguish between assets that feed you and liabilities that eat you. Focus entirely on assets. Expansion requires a strategy. Do you diversify to protect your wealth or concentrate to multiply it exponentially? The titans of industry like Musk and Bezos did not diversify early. They concentrated all their resources into one massive bet. However, for most, diversification is the shield that protects your fortune from the volatility of the changing market. Your wealth begins to have a gravity of its own, attracting more opportunities and deals without your direct effort. You are no longer working for money. Money is working furiously for you, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Financial security is achieved, but expansion is about pushing boundaries to see how far you can actually go. Life becomes a game of strategy. You move pieces on the board not to survive, but to win decisively. At this level, the numbers are just a way of keeping score. The real value is the freedom acquired. Finally, we reach stage 5, mastery. This is the pinnacle of the mountain where true financial freedom exists. Mastery is not just about having money. It is about having total autonomy over your time, location, and purpose. The goal shifts from accumulation to preservation. You focus on building a legacy that will outlast your own life. You are building a fortress that will protect your family and future generations from the uncertainties of the world. Philanthropy becomes a duty. You use your resources to lift others up and solve problems that money can solve. Mastery is about passing the torch. You become a mentor, guiding others through the dark maze you escaped. The anxiety of survival is gone. You have won the game of money and can now focus on living. Your story is no longer dictated by necessity. You write every new chapter exactly how you want it to be. True wealth is the ability to fully experience the world without the heavy chains of financial worry holding you down. These 5 stages are the map. Where you are now does not matter. What matters is where you go next. Are you willing to endure the pain of discipline today, or will you suffer the pain of regret forever? Time is the only asset you cannot buy back. Do not waste another second building someone else's dream. The path is clear, the steps are defined, and the outcome is waiting for you to claim it. Start your ignition today. Fuel your acceleration, plan your expansion, and aim for nothing less than absolute mastery. If you are ready to take this journey seriously, join our community of builders and future masters of wealth. Thank you for watching Real Numbers. Subscribe now to master your journey, leave a legacy, and finally achieve true freedom.